Hello, welcome to the Michael Artsis Show on BeTerrific. Hey guys, how you guys doing out there? Thank you, Terrifics, for being with me. I'm gonna be hosting, at least to kick things off initially. We'll see what time Michael gets here. He may be able to get here in time and hop in and take his usual role as the host of the show. But for right now, I'm gonna hold things down and see what we get into today. Um, Michael's gotten on me a little bit about my love, my affinity for sports, as you guys all know. It is my favorite, by far my favorite, I guess pastime or hobby is sports. Things that I enjoy doing and watching and spending time with. But it's more to me than just that. Obviously, we have politics. We have the criminal justice. We have different topics, different things that I can touch on. But I kind of want to go for something that maybe that everyone can relate on and is not too polarizing. So I was looking through trending topics today on Twitter, and one of the things that showed up was I can't date because I believe is a trending topic. Well, let me confirm for you guys. Let me double check here, be sure, because I saw it and I was just thinking, man, it's a lot. I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of single people out there, especially around this time of the year, you know. And it's like so many people out there, so many beautiful people, a lot of people with things to offer. What's going on that's causing people who some in a lot of cases don't want to be single to be single? I mean, we have every application available nowadays. We have Tinder, we have Snapchat, we have all of these different applications that's supposed to bring us closer together. But it seems as though more people are single than ever, that I can recall at least. So I'm gonna try to go through some of these trending pardon me guys, through the trending topic and see some of the responses, some of the things that have been that's been written so far in regards to dating. And I'm sorry, the trending topic is dating is hard because. So okay, so let's see. Dating is hard because most men don't care to be considerate, invested, or loyal, and treat their women like they're disposable. I blame Tinder too. That's kind of interesting. That someone's blame that this person decided to blame Tinder as well, because there are those who feel as though social media, and I guess you can see evidence of it when you see so many single people. But I would have to look at stats beforehand to make this statement true. But it seems as though, even though with all these advancements and the technologies and the social medias, more people are single than ever. There's a lot of dating, but more people are single than ever. So, I mean, maybe apps like Tinder and some of these other dating apps and websites make it maybe too easy, so people don't feel the need to go out and meet other people as much as they did before. And when you do meet someone, maybe you don't feel the need to give it more time to develop because there's so many other options available to you. I'm not sure if this is the case, but it could be possible as to why this may be one of the things that makes it hard to date. And in some cases, I mean, well, in many cases, in the case of this person, obviously that's the case. And I'm sure they're not the only person. Dating is hard because I require too much attention. I mean, there's different personalities out there. Some people do, some people don't. So that's always been the case. Okay. There's always one person. Okay. Dating is hard because there's always one person who gets more attached than the other and ends up getting hurt the most. In my estimation, a lot of the times, this is not always the case, of course, especially not, obviously, not in successful relationships. But I can recall earlier, even when I was, I think, in college or even high school, as long as I can remember, whenever I like a girl, for instance, when I've liked, a lady more so, or if I had a major crush on her, if the feelings weren't close to mutual in that she didn't like me or didn't feel the same level of affection for me as I did for her, it didn't seem to work out in my favor. It often didn't. It would work out more in my favor, actually, if, maybe if I liked the person, but I wasn't so staunch and so, so strong in my feelings. If I was a little bit laid back and just kind of let things flow and go naturally as they would. So in some cases, that does tend to happen where one person has stronger feelings than the other, and it kind of works as a repellent. It's almost as if the more you want the other person, the more the more likely they are to kind of want you. It's like they want you to maybe not want them as much. I don't know. It's weird. But I understand where this person's coming from, and I've definitely felt the same way. But I've been out the dating game for a while, so maybe things have changed. Dating is hard because this generation doesn't have an understanding of staying loyal to one person. Well, infidelity and cheating has been a problem for any generation. So I don't know about that. I think that this generation gets a lot of flack for that because of what I said before with the social media and everything else that's available. People feel as though maybe we don't do enough getting to know people. Well, give it enough time. But I don't know. I don't know if I can say I can say dating in general is hard because maybe trusting someone. Trust is definitely a big thing, a big issue for a lot of people. But I don't know if I would go to say it's because this generation has, a particular issue with staying loyal to one person. I think that's a issue that's been that transcends generations. Well, some of these are funny. Dating is hard because no one wants to watch all the Marvel movies with me. That's hilarious. Dating is hard because people want perfect people instead of unconditional love. And I think that honestly, this may be the most accurate answer in terms of I think everyone can almost relate to this. I think that a lot of people would be able to relate to this type of response in regards to dating because um, a lot of the times we build up this idea of what we think love is or who the perfect mate is, and in reality, no one's perfect. A lot of us aren't. So flaws come with the person that we most desire and that we love a lot of the times, and we have to accept these things, accept these flaws. In some cases, don't get me wrong, some people love everything there is about their partner. I don't know how often and how common that is, but I'm sure that there are people out there that are like that. But for the most part, a lot of us have to accept certain things that wasn't exactly on our list of things that we wanted in a partner. It could be something minor. Maybe they leave dishes in the sink. Maybe they don't put the toilet down after they use it. Toilet seat down after they use it. It's different things. But nonetheless, though, I think that this idea that we create in our head of this perfect man or this perfect woman, is pretty much almost virtually non-existent for the most part. And because we still aspire to have that, we end up dismissing or not paying attention to someone who's maybe right in front of our faces, who've been around the entire time because they didn't fit the criteria and meet the billing as being, the perfect mate. So I think that's very, very true in a lot of cases. I think very, very, very true. I think a lot of people can definitely relate to that. Me myself, I think that I'm the same way. I didn't have a girlfriend for a long time, for most of the time. I was a single guy and I was enjoying my single life. In part because, I knew that I was young and not necessarily ready for a relationship, but also because I built it in my head that, my girlfriend was going to be this and going to be that and going to be this. And, as you get older, you see the reality of people and how people really are. You kind of learn to accept certain things and then you value certain things more. Looks and attractiveness matter, but you recognize that those things also can diminish. But things like loyalty, things like having certain moral codes, these are things that stay forever. You know, so you learn to value things more as well. But I definitely agree in general that the ideal perfect person that people create in their head is often an issue, and it's often hard for them to get past. Well, some of these are not too nice. I'm picking out the nice ones here, guys. Not even the nice ones, but the ones that I feel comfortable saying, I should say. I guess this one kind of reiterates what we just said. Social media has made us fall in love with the ideas of people, but never taught us how to love them through their flaws, which is exactly pretty much what I just kind of summed up and said as well. I think a lot of people would probably have that written down as a response. But nonetheless, you guys can find this on Twitter. Real interesting trending topic. A lot of people are obviously responding to it. Everyone can relate. It's something that we all can talk about in regards to like our own personal experiences and just what we view out here in general. Let me see some of the other trending topics. I don't know, not too many stuff too interesting. I think we have a Trump Foundation, but I mean all this Trump talk. I don't know. It's kind of like I don't want to say I'm bored by it or I'm past it, but I feel as though the media has been doing this for some time where everything is a story regarding Trump. Anything that his name is associated with is a story. And after a while it becomes like, come on, you know? Like I want to read things of substance. I want to find out information that pertains to me and the people that are close to me. You know, as far as policy goes, as far as some of the people that he's selecting for his cabinet, for instance. These are things that, I care to know about. Not whether or not his he borrowed 1 million from his father or it was 11 million, or whether his wife was, in the adult industry back in her homeland, or all of this stuff. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like I want substance, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. Everything nowadays seems to be tabloid stuff, and it's just kind of like it's just a turn off. I'm just not a fan of it overall. But the Trump Foundation story that I see actually matters. It's in regards to the Trump University. Trump Foundation is actually his charity, and supposedly they were using the money illegally and doing things such as like paying off lawsuits or paying off things with the charity with the money that was donated, buying portraits of himself, things like that. I haven't really read into it. I don't like to believe things off of face value, and I definitely don't trust just headlines alone. And a lot of them, most of them, tend to be misleading nowadays. But that's what this seems to be about for the most part. So, I mean, I guess I'll give it a deeper read at a later time and come to my own conclusion. I found that to be best for a long time now. I guess being a communications major and somebody who is well versed in like PR and how that works, I've always been real, I guess, skeptical of whatever I read. Well, not even skeptical, but I'm open-minded. I take in information. I look at all the factors and I make my own conclusions, come to my own decisions in regards to what I think. You can't really trust. You can trust, I guess, the information, but how it's portrayed and how it's told to you makes a big difference. So you have to be very aware of that, especially in politics and especially in news nowadays. And we've seen that firsthand. But aside from that, let's see what else is going on. Twitter really closes the world for you. I mean, you're here in the U.S. and you can know what's going on in London. You can know what's going on in Italy. I mean, you can know what's going on in Turks and Caicos. It doesn't matter. So I think that's really cool. That's one thing I really love about this technology nowadays. It just makes the world a lot smaller. Speaking of which, just technology and just making the world smaller. I can't wait to see the Google Maps on the VR. I think Adam is going to show that to me today. He was talking to me about it yesterday, and he said it was amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. That's really cool. Just think about it. You want to see, maybe you have a city that you're going to visit. I mean, you can look at the pictures, but sometimes those can be misleading. I mean, you put on a VR headset and you're able to go there and actually be there and look around and see your surroundings. I mean, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Today is the 6th anniversary of Nicki Minaj's, I believe, debut album, Pink Friday. Okay, man, it's been that long already, 6 years. Congratulations to her. Nicki Minaj is obviously, one of the more popular artists out there nowadays. She's very successful, obviously. Most of us tend to know her, so, it's good for her. Anytime you can last in this in the industry for more than a year or past that first hit, it's a good thing. She's showing signs of longevity, so we'll see how long that goes. Wow, just looking at this, I mean, The dating gets hard is because it's probably like my favorite one. I feel like we can talk about a lot of people can talk about that. We have another one, Illuminate the World. I'm not sure. Oh, it's a world tour. Bruce Arena, I believe he's going to be the coach of the U.S. men's soccer team. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, USA Soccer's been trying to do this for years. Where, I respect what they're doing. But soccer is not. It's not the U.S. sport. We can play it, but it's not the sport we own. It's not like basketball. This is a sport that we have a long way to go before we're able to be real players, as far as like real contestants for like gold medals and world championships. Obviously, we haven't done horrible. We've been able to kind of somewhat hold our own. But when we play against those better teams like Brazil, I mean, you see just a vast difference as far as level of play. One of the big reasons for that is, honestly, the best athletes in this country don't lean towards soccer. They lean more towards, basketball and football. Football is probably dwindling down a little bit, but not too much, especially in urban communities, just because of how affordable a lot of the equipment is. So it still remains popular in places like that. But I know a lot of people, friends with kids who absolutely refuse to allow their kids to play football. And that's the only way, honestly, it seems as though like people are at all going to play soccer. But it's been trending up a little bit, but we have a long ways to go. We have to get kids interested in soccer enough to want to play it at a young age and continue on. But again, a lot of our best athletes are not leaning towards those sports. But we'll see what happens. I think that's a major problem for the U.S. if they're ever going to win a gold medal or be the world's best. Yeah, guys, just looking at this, it's not too much. A lot of international trending topics. Things are written in Spanish and some other languages here that I cannot distinguish. I'm Arabic, so just seeing what's going on here. I think that the dating gets hard because it's the most trending topic right now, and the one that's being talked about the most. But we've obviously touched on that. And guys, I've really tried my best, and hopefully Michael appreciates this. I've really tried not to talk about sports, but it's really hard not to talk about sports because it's the one thing that I know that the masses, not everyone, but masses enjoy and can relate to, especially when it comes to like football. I mean, it's America's sport, controversies and all. So I know a lot of people are going to be hurt to hear that. Well, we're keeping our fingers crossed, myself included, that Andrew Luck is actually able to play Thanksgiving Thursday. He's in concussion protocol right now, I believe. I don't even know when he got the concussion on Sunday. But right now he's concussion protocol, so there is a possibility, highly likely, that he won't play. I mean, fantasy owners, obviously, these are very trying weeks for us coming up, very important weeks for people like myself who are trying to secure a playoff spot. Having Andrew Luck miss that game would be huge. And there'll be like major ramifications for us. It's definitely for me. I need him if I'm going to make the playoffs this year. And the people that have him, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and keep track of the news. And hopefully he's able to get past this and be able to show up and play on Thursday. We all need him. And as a Colts fan, we definitely need him. I'm not sure if we're going to make this thing if he doesn't play. I mean, we lose that game, a game that many expect us to lose anyway. But I think we can. I think we have a chance, and I think we can win it. But that chance, whatever glimmer of hope that we have, is fully out, non-existent without Andrew Luck playing. So I'm hoping that he somehow is able to find a way to I guess like pass the protocol in time to be able to make it for the game, because we definitely need him. But I mean, that's that. What can we do? I mean, I do like the fact that the thing I like about the concussion protocol is that at least players' safety is. I can't fully embrace what the NFL's motivations are behind it, and maybe for more PR purposes. But I like the fact that guys aren't just being thrown out there after, devastating like hits to the head. I mean, it's something that's been a problem for a long time. Obviously, the NFL has, been doing something about it for some time now. Definitely more that can be done, but I'm glad to see that this thing is actually being put into place and put into action, and people are doing it. So that's good to see. But nonetheless, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and take a break now. Give you guys a little bit of a break. We'll come back with more to talk about soon on the Michael Artsis show. And we'll see. Maybe even Michael Artsis himself will actually be here by the time that we get back from break. But we'll see. But if not, I love talking to you guys, and I'll keep this thing going right here on BeTerrific. We'll be back after this. Hey guys, welcome back. I think I'm going to continue to hold things down for you guys. I don't think Michael was going to join us for today's show, but that's fine. I enjoyed talking to you guys. Welcome back again to the Michael Artsis show on BeTerrific. I'm Kevin Foley, and I'm going to continue this show. So let's keep this ball rolling. I kind of like today's vibe. We've been talking about some things different from what I usually talk on, which is sports. Touched on it a little bit, guys, but give me credit. I didn't continue on, and I didn't make it a whole discussion on sports solely. I made it different. I brought different topics up, so I'm going to continue to do so. So let's see how long we can do this without me making sports the primary topic. I don't know. I'm questioning myself too. I think something's going to come up. It's hard to. I mean, who doesn't? I know a lot of people don't, but come on, sports. Football, basketball, hockey, baseball. It's too enjoyable. But I've been using Twitter today and social media to kind of give me just, I guess, bring to my attention some things I've thought about and read on before, but I've never really discussed it with you guys. So I think that should be good. The one thing that I'm seeing now is how I believe, who was it? Somebody donated. Carmelo Anthony had a drive, I believe, today, a turkey drive. And I believe Carmelo is someone who's known to, give money to, charities. LeBron James just recently donated, I believe, $2.5 million to the African American History Museum and to the Muhammad Ali Smithsonian, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And, you see this, especially around this time of the holidays, that people are feeling generous and they tend to give a lot, which is great. I applaud that. I applaud athletes, especially from communities such as mine's, Newark, New Jersey, and from places like some of these urban neighborhoods, to continue giving back. And not just urban neighborhoods, that's for any neighborhood. Anytime you come from someplace, it's always good to go back. And you can give back in a lot of forms. It doesn't always have to be monetary or even turkeys. It could be something just like giving a speech, going to a school and talking to the students and letting them know, hey, I've been where you are. I know what you're going through. I know how you feel. This is how I dealt with it, etc., etc. Some of these things go a long way. A lot of them go a long way. But with that said, me and my friend Trav, shout out to Trav, by the way. He'll appreciate this topic being brought up because hopefully, it makes other people think in regards to how we use our resources. We were talking about the fact that, a lot of these athletes give money. You'll often see, these donations that are made with all of these zeros, and everybody just jumps to say, oh, how great that is. And it is great. But me and him just looking a little deeper into it, isn't there better ways for this money to be used? Can it be utilized in different ways, more effective, more efficient ways for the people that it's supposed to help? I mean, because oftentimes, like Mark Zuckerberg, you give the money to the city. I don't trust the city to use the funds in the right way. And the same thing with this LeBron Foundation and just other athletes. I'm not sure who's overseeing how these funds are being distributed. Who is allocating the money where? Who is making sure that everything is being done according to the way that the money was intended to do? Like, who's making sure that this happens? And I'm not sure about that. But what I do know is that a lot of the times this money is given, and you go back to these same communities, these same neighborhoods, and you try to see how this money has impacted them. And in a lot of ways, it's very minor, very small. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you open up a education center or a after school program and things like that, it does help some students. But I don't feel as though it helps them nearly enough. I don't feel as though they're still getting everything that they can get from this situation, especially in communities that are like dealing with poverty and crime and things like that, of that matter. Problems like that are systemic, definitely, but it's root causes. So I feel like with that type of money that some of these guys are making and some of the money that they're giving away or just throwing at situations for their, I know some people are using it for write-offs, I'm sorry to say, but that's the case, or just for PR to say that they did something good. That money can be used more directly to maybe build homes. Give a single mother the opportunity to maybe go and pursue a degree that she can't because she has to worry about being home for her kids. Create a food truck, create a restaurant where people who earn under a certain amount are able to come in on maybe every Wednesday or every Thursday, for example, and get a free meal for them and their kids. Like things like this, I believe, are way more impactful. And some people are going to say things like this currently exist, but I'm not talking about, programs where you have to fill out an application and wait 2 weeks to get a response back before coming. I'm talking about things where people can feel as though it belongs to them, feel as though it's theirs. A restaurant where you can walk into and not be treated like as if you're a thing, but treated like a person. Still be given that respect and that human dignity. Because a lot of these people are struggling and, they're in dire need of some of these resources and some of this help. But what comes along with it as far as the association, the type of people that they get labeled as, the kind of treatment that that they get because they need services, is enough to turn them away and to turn them off. And I think that it's more important to make these people feel as though, like, no, you matter, and we're going to help you and directly help them. And I feel like some of these things, like I mentioned, homes where these people can live, not low income housing necessarily in bad neighborhoods, that everyone is just thrown into, but decent housing, go into the community and talk to people. Who are the people that are known in these neighborhoods? Talk to them directly because they have an impact and an effect on everyone around, and people tend to listen to them. So find out who the leaders are. Talk to them. Talk to them about protecting their community, about building their community up. Give them ideas. Try to find a way to make education more accessible. Let's get, different tutors, different educators out there that, that give maybe hold open forums for people to come in if they're interested. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the ideas. But what I do know is more can be done in communities such as mine. And these things can be done and they can help people a lot more. Like, for instance, everyone says coding is pretty much the wave of the future. Not even the wave of the future, the wave of the present. It's something that's mandatory almost to know. If you're going to work in the next generation, in this generation, as we go forward. That's something that needs to be emphasized in communities such as mine and such as like Akron, Ohio, where LeBron's from. Why not have programs or computer centers that are opened, dedicated to teaching this, and then have kids come in and learn this stuff on a regular day-by-day basis? Now you just taught them skills that are valuable to them that they can use going forward to either create on their own or to get employment if they so choose. Things like this are important. Instead, a lot of the times what we hear is how important college is, but they don't tell you why. I mean, they tell you why. They say it'll help you get a job, but they don't tell you how. They don't show you what jobs that you can have. I don't think that the options that are out there are known to many kids who are growing up in these neighborhoods. Because when I was growing up, unfortunately, the only thing that I would see would be the people who were making money the fast way. The person that woke up and went to work every day was the same person that struggled a lot. That wasn't the person that was driving the nice car. I guess having the nice watch or the nice things, the nice material things. The people that were doing this and accomplishing this were the people who were making fast money. And so when you see that, you think that that's the option that you have if you want to kind of reach that level of success, and that the other successes that you see on television are just beyond you. It's not something that's attainable for you. And that's a problem. Like when I was growing up as a kid, I wanted to be in the NBA. That was my dream. I wanted to be an NBA player. But at some point, when you get to like 5'10" and you stop growing, you kind of realize that that dream isn't really something that's attainable. And I realized that. And I was fine with it. But I still loved the game. Now, back then, if I knew that there were options such as becoming a general manager, working in the front office of basketball operations, and being able to manage and run your own team, being able to select players and scout talent, all these different positions and options are available to you to work in the NBA or to work in a basketball league. I didn't know this. But if this was made known to me, I mean, things would probably be different. I would most definitely have pursued a career in that. And I feel pretty confident that I've been able to get involved with an organization, and who knows where I'd be right now. I'm not saying I'd be a GM, but it's definitely possible. I wouldn't be shocked if I found out, hey, if you would have went this direction, you would be an NBA GM. I wouldn't be shocked by it because it was something that I was absolutely and still am to this day passionate about and love. But again, that wasn't known to me. It wasn't an option that was made available to me. And because of this, I think not just me, a lot of students, I believe, are dealing with the same thing even now today, not knowing all the options that are available to them as far as things that they can do, things that they can be, things that they can create. And we need to make this known. Thankfully for the internet and for social media, word spreads fast, news spread fast. People are able to educate themselves and find information more easily than ever before. So it's probably not the same level as it was for me, but it's still a problem nonetheless. So I think right now, on top of having this information available to us with all these platforms, I think we need to have some of the money that's being donated a lot of the times and just given to the city and given to, schools to just kind of disperse themselves. I think that some of these people need to take on more of a leadership role, more of a hands-on approach, and make sure that their money is being used in impactful, efficient ways to help students, to help youth, and to help their communities. That's just my opinion. Obviously, some people may agree. I told you I spoke to my friend. Trav definitely agrees with me. And some may disagree. Some may feel as though, hey, they're giving money, they're doing stuff. That's enough. Just be grateful and just be appreciative. And it's not to go back. It's not to say that what they're doing isn't good. And it's not to try to cast them in any type of bad light. It's a positive thing. But I think sometimes it can be a bit lazy. I think that when you reach that level and you see what everybody else does, it's easy to just write a check and throw it at something and say you've done your part. I think really making an impact is being there and making sure that that money is used in ways that is directly affecting the people that it's supposed to affect. So personally, it's something that I would like to see done more of. I would definitely like seeing that more so than what I've been seeing over the years. But again, that's just how I feel on it. I'm sure some of you have thoughts on that as well. But and I would definitely love to hear them. Send them through the Slack chat. Talk about it even with your own friends. Have these discussions. I think they're important because I think sometimes in general with people, we end up getting caught too much in the norm of doing things. We don't question enough of why things are done the way they are. I guess like this kind of relates, but education, for instance. I mean, if you go to a lot of public schools, I can only relate to the public schools I've been to, so I always go back to my community and my experiences. A lot of the education system now, it's so old. It's so outdated. This education system that we currently have and we currently find in the classrooms often were set for those at the dawn of the industrial age. We're now in 2016. I think that obviously a change of subject matter is needed. I think that history needs to be corrected and taught the right way. There's a lot of things in history. Thanksgiving is coming up. Um, we're taught about it a certain way, but as we grew up, at least as I grew up, I learned more about it than what was taught. And I think that kids, everyone needs to know these things. These are things that continue to be done to this day, even though we know otherwise. I think that history, I think that that math, I think that everything needs to be adjusted to kind of fit the needs of this generation, and that's not being done. And I think, I mean, obviously part of it's a lot of it's systemic, but I think it's just a way of just we just get too caught up in doing things the way we've been doing them, and we don't question why we're still doing it that way. And I think that it's important to do so because that's how humans, that's how we advance as a people. It's by questioning things and by making sure that we're making the necessary steps to improve and not being held back or stopped by answers or for reasons that really make no sense, and we know when they don't. But these are things that just often come to mind because ultimately, I would love to be one of the people that helps shape, not even necessarily shape, but I would like to be one of the people that helps, with these things as far as like in my community with homes and education and things of that matter. So I am passionate about it. It is something that I care about. I haven't gotten to that point yet where I can go ahead and impact things on the level that I want to, but I will get there. Absolutely.
Hey, Kevin. What's going on, Kevin?
I'm doing well. We have a guest appearance here by Mike Artsis himself.
Yeah, I'm a little busy today doing a lot of stuff. Just got in from the city from a meeting, but I wanted to say hello to everybody. And, we're not going to do a show tomorrow. We're going to have a repeat. So I wanted to wish everybody a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend time with the people who mean the most to you. And I hope you do too. I hope it's going to be a great Thanksgiving. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm probably just gonna go to my mom's place. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Oh, we talked about that yesterday. All right, yeah. So hopefully you get a fun, safe, and happy Thanksgiving, and you get to spend it with those who mean the most to you. And yeah, I mean that's it. You guys are all the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. I was at a meeting today. We're going to have a lot more exciting content coming, hopefully, in 2017. So planning that already, and a lot of other things going on. You took your glasses off.
Yeah, I always take my glasses off for the show. I think it's a better.
Yeah, why be able to tell if the camera's in focus or anything? Um,
Michael gets on me about this
Can we
constantly,
get you
guys.
contacts already if you're not going to wear those things?
No, I wear my glasses. I think I wear my glasses. I just for the camera. I want to look good for people.
You want to look handsome?
Yes.
You want to look handsome?
Yes.
I think your glasses look good. Let's see how they look on me. Can I put them on?
Yes, please do.
Oh, they're right here. Wow, how do they look?
Actually,
I don't like them on me.
You don't see Michael is naturally he glasses fit him well.
They do?
They
Yeah.
do.
I
On or off, they seem to fit. Like it doesn't look weird for me.
I like my sunglasses better.
I told you,
I'm
my
all about
girlfriend thought
shades.
I looked creepy.
But I think she's just telling you that.
She may be, but you
Yeah.
know.
All right. So I wanted to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. I got to get back to work. I just scarfed down a little bit of lunch from
All right.
Giovanna's
Oh, okay.
Italian place. Like it.
Love that
And
place.
I got a lot to do, but I wanted to say hello. I wanted to take a minute, say hello to all the Terrifics. I know that Janny's probably in the Slack chat, JC, CJ, Digital Phil. But I really just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I'll tell you what, I'm very thankful for the Terrifics and for everything you do for BeTerrific to help keep us on air by watching, by supporting, all that. And so I wanted to take a moment to do that and say happy Thanksgiving. If you're in a country like Finland that might not celebrate Thanksgiving, well, I hope you have a great Thursday. And, find some time to be thankful for something. And we all have a lot to be thankful for,
No, definitely we do. And actually, I'm gonna come back later on. I'm gonna mention some of the things that I'm thankful for this year, and share it with you guys.
Yes. I think that's great. That is great. You should. I'm thankful for you, Kevin. I'm thankful
appreciate
for
it.
Kevin.
Thank
All
you.
right, I'll give it back to Kevin. I got to get back to it. My phone's blowing up. You guys have an awesome Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week. No show Friday either. The rest of the week, no show.
Got it. Hey guys, here you have it, man. Michael Artsis himself stopped by. Appreciate Michael stopping by to share his Thanksgiving greetings with you guys. I'm gonna come back and share a lot more of what I'm thankful for after this break. Just a hint here, but Michael is going to be one of the people named as far as people and things in general that I am in fact very very grateful for. But I'm gonna save that for after the break. We'll be back after this. Hey guys, welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show on BeTerrific. How you guys doing? But yeah, I'm sorry guys. Got a little distracted there, as you can obviously tell, trying to multitask here. But yeah, guys, again, welcome back to the Michael Artsis Show on BeTerrific. We're here, obviously having a great show today. Main topic not being sports. I think some of you enjoy sports, so I think I'm gonna try to fit in maybe one lineup, maybe one basketball lineup for you guys. How about that? One basketball, one football lineup, since you insist. All right. Hey, I've been pretty good. It's been mostly about we've talked education, we've talked a bit of politics, we talked dating is hard because. So we touched on a variety of topics today. But being that this week, of course, Thursday is Thanksgiving, it's only appropriate that this next topic or what we talk about next or what I share is things that I'm grateful for this year. Well, where do I start? There's a lot of things to be grateful for. I can't say I don't have it all, but I have a lot, and a lot more than most. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to still be here, to be able to wake up to see another day. There's a lot of people who I know who in past haven't been able to do that. Who tomorrow isn't promised for, and I'm grateful any day that I can wake up and see another day and enjoy just being here. So I'm grateful for that. Another year, being able to see another Thanksgiving. Grateful, of course, for my family, for my mother, for my niece, for my sister, for my girlfriend, of course, for my friends. They're not even friends; they're more like brothers. They recently came by to my place to stop by and see how I am now in my new digs, so to speak. I appreciate them. I appreciate them tremendously. Definitely, I'm more than grateful for you guys, the Terrifics. You guys have been awesome. It's been great working with you guys or having you guys tune into our show for the time I've been here for over a year and a half now, I believe, just about. Of course, I'm grateful for Michael. He's been a mentor. He's been a friend. Can't ask for much more. He's been awesome. Definitely very grateful for him. Thankful. Grateful, of course, for Adam as well for bringing me here, for answering questions when I had them, for just also being a friend. I mean, the list goes on and on. I can really go on and on about things that I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be at BeTerrific, to be able to work here, to be a part of this thing that we're building here, and to be a part of the Michael Artsis Show and have the opportunity to host this and to talk to you guys the way I have. I've done some hosting, of course, this past week, and it's been a new experience for me. But again, I enjoyed the opportunity. It's been great, especially today. I think that today was a really good day for all of us in regards to some things I touched on. I think that a lot of you can relate to that. At least that's the way I'm feeling. That's the feedback that I've been getting. So I'm happy about that, and I'm happy that I can say anything at all that will maybe make your day a little easier, or to let you know you're not alone in your thoughts and your beliefs about certain things. And obviously, one of the goals of BeTerrific is to spread positivity and to talk about positive news and positive things. And hopefully, my energy has been that for you guys. So with that said, things being thankful for, hopefully Thursday you guys will say, I'm thankful that Kevin decided to give us his picks for tonight in regards to FanDuel for football and basketball, because that's what I'm going to do next. And I'm hoping that it helps you guys. So let's see what's going on here today. Let me get into this app. Should be a full slate on the NBA. It's been kind of light this week. NFL, of course, we have Thursday football. So should be jam packed with sports. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this lineup and see what's going on for the 7 o'clock slate NBA tonight. See what players we can pick from. Well, I see Russell Westbrook versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Honestly, I don't know if I have to see any more. I mean, we all know how dominant he is, the numbers he puts up. Best player in fantasy sports. 11,800 pricey, but I'm going to book him anyway, so I'm going to take him. Point guards, aside from Westbrook, we have Derrick Rose at 5,800 in a good matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers. Knicks are good at home. Blazers give up a ton of points. And Derrick Rose is someone who rises to the occasion when he plays against other elite point guards. So I expect a big game from him. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him. Next, we have the 2-guard position. I mean, we have McCollum. And I don't think the Knicks have anybody that can deal with him. Courtney Lee is a good defender, but great offense always beats great defense. Especially great offense definitely beats good defense. Looking down at the rest of the 2 guards available, it's not too much going on. This is the position I think is going to be hard to kind of find the guy that pencil in, because this is going to be the position that determines whether or not you maybe you cash out in this tournament or not. I think Lou Williams is always a safe pick. They're playing against OKC, but Lou Williams has been doing this for years, and he's one of the more dependable scorers in the league. And looking at the rest of the options available at 2-guard, I feel more comfortable spending 5,100 on him. So I'll go ahead and count Lou Will in there. Aside from that, looking at the small forward position, we have Jimmy Butler, and he had 40 points, I believe, last game. Very popular pick. I'm sure a lot of people are going to pick him. But playing in Denver with that altitude and everything else, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to kind of like replicate that type of performance. He may be, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the cheaper option, because I'm sure that there's going to be other players available that are going to be more high in cost that I would like to fit into my team. So I'll take Bazemore, Ken Bazemore from Atlanta. 4,900, favorable matchup. I think I'll go ahead and do that. I'll feel comfortable with that. And then I'll probably take another small forward that's underpriced. Maybe let's go with Evan Turner. No, you know what? I got too many Blazers. Let's go with Jerry and Grant. Jerry and Grant from OKC going to play against the Lakers. I think that game will be a game that's going to be a lot of up and down running. He's a very athletic wing, so I expect that this would be the game where he'll be used. So he should see like an increase in minutes and should be able to be productive in this game. I can see that. I expect it. Anthony Davis, beast. I don't think there's any explanation needed by selecting him. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick him. Some things don't need explanation. Okay. Who else are we going to go with here? Oh, we have Jokic. They're playing against Chicago. I think that's a good matchup for him. He's a big man that can do a lot of different things, make plays, pass the ball, rebound. And Chicago has had issues with big men, I think, this year. It's been one of the things for them. So I'm going to go ahead and select Jokic, 4,500, not a bad price. Leaves me with 5,000 left. Not a lot of options there at center. But the one guy I'm going to go with is Steven Adams. Think that, he's been one of the better big men as far as like interior presence and defense. And I can see him being around the boards a lot. The Lakers don't have a big team. So I expect him to rebound a lot, to be able to finish easily for the most part for some easy buckets. So he might be a guy that's going to exceed his value. So I'm going to go ahead and select that team. It's going to be Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, C.J. McCollum, Lou Williams, Ken Bazemore, Jerry and Grant, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic, and Steven Adams. Those are going to be my picks for FanDuel for tonight. Hopefully you guys are able to utilize some of these players, and hopefully they can help you. Gonna go with one more here for football. Obviously, we don't have a show tomorrow, so I want to go ahead and get a lineup in so that you guys may be able to play while you're eating your turkey and eating at your Thanksgiving dinner. You'll be able to check out your FanDuel on your phone and see the score, and hopefully you guys are winning something. They have something called the sweet potato drive here, so it's interesting. Only fitting. Okay. Well, all right. We have Ben Roethlisberger. I'm just gonna pick him. Here's the thing. I think this is all you need to know. Ben threw for over 500 yards last time the Colts played the Steelers, which was about a year or two ago, and our defense has gotten worse. I think that says enough. So let's go ahead and pick Big Ben. And you know what? We're going to stack too. A stack is when you pick a lot of players from the same team. And I'm going to stack with the Steelers. I'm going to pick Le'Veon Bell. I'm going to pick Antonio Brown. Two primetime offensive options in a game that should be high scoring against a defense that's horrible and against a team that doesn't have its franchise player, quarterback Andrew Luck, who's most likely not going to play. So they should be on the field a lot. They should be able to score points relatively easily. So I think that's a smart stack. So let's go with Le'Veon Bell at running back, and I'm gonna go to wide receiver. And I'm gonna take Antonio Brown. Usually don't do it out of order like this, but we're stacking, so I just thought to just kind of fit them in now as we see. Those guys, of course, are all expensive. I think they are actually at the top of the list as far as costs for their positions, but well worth it. Other options, I like the Kelly kid, Rob Kelly from Washington. They're playing against Dallas, obviously. I think that Kelly, he helped me win my matchup this past week in fantasy football, and I definitely appreciate that. Shout out to Rob Kelly. I'm gonna go ahead and select him. 5,700 is a good price for him. Next options have the Colts receivers, but if Andrew Luck's not playing, I'm not taking any of those guys. There's really no point. I mean, I can't count on anyone else to get them the ball. I'm gonna go ahead and make more safer selections, so to speak. It's too much risk there. So a guy like, for instance, Terrence Williams from the Dallas. He's probably like the third receiver on Dallas, but he's a big time threat for big yardage plays, 50-yard bombs, big touchdowns, etc. And I think that they're due for one. I think that he had some good games with Dak earlier on when Dez was out. And even though Dez is still here, I think that he hasn't been totally forgotten about. And I think that will show Thursday. So I'm going to go ahead and select Terrence Williams. Next player, Golden Tate. They play against Minnesota, but they're playing at Detroit. So I think that home field advantage, the fact that that Matt Stafford is going to throw the ball as much as he is, only leads to somebody benefiting from that. And I think that person is going to be Tate. The top corner on Minnesota is going to be focused on Marvin Jones. So somebody's going to be opened up there. And if I had to guess, I'm going to guess it's Tate. So I'm going to go ahead and get him. Next option, 7,400. I'm not even sure if I can afford this guy. I'm not even sure if I want to. You know what? I'm not. I was thinking about Jordan Reed. I'm going to go ahead and go with Witten. Dak's going to throw a touchdown. He seems to be one of the targets that he comes to rely on, especially for checkdowns and such. So I'm going to go ahead and take Witten. I think that's a good choice. Kicker, we'll take, I would usually say take Vinatieri, but his situation obviously is something that I can't really determine with Andrew Luck being out. I'm not sure how many field goals he's going to get the opportunity to even kick. So I'm going to take Bailey there. Last but not least, of course, the defense. Every position is important. Can't neglect defense. Big difference maker. I'm going to go ahead and take the, I think this is kind of like an easy decision here. I have to take the Steelers defense. Even though they're playing Indianapolis at home, they're playing against a team, as we stated before, that's going to have the backup quarterback, not Andrew Luck. I think the decision is easy here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers. So for this lineup, we have Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, Rob Kelly, Antonio Brown, Terrence Williams, Golden Tate, Jason Witten, Bailey, the kicker for the Cowboys, and we have the Steelers defense. So, guys, those are my two selections for FanDuel, NBA Main Slate, and NFL Thursday. It's been a great show. It's been great talking to you guys as always. I wish you guys nothing but the best. I wish you guys to have a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you're able to spend it with all of your loved ones, and and at the end of it, you have a smile on your face, and you have something very thankful to be something to be thankful for, as will I. But again, guys, thanks for joining us on the Mike Artsis Show on BeTerrific. See you later.